A lawyer for the Telegram founder and chief executive, Pavel Durov, has described accusations against him in France as absurd. The Russian-born billionaire has been placed under formal investigation as part of an inquiry into organized crime. He was released on bail. French prosecutors accuse him of failing to curb extremist and illegal content on the app, and he's been additionally charged with complicity in the dissemination of images of child abuse. The Telegram messaging platform he founded is currently used by nearly 1 billion people worldwide. Well, for more on this, let's cross live to London and speak with our ICE correspondent, Lape Olarinoye. Good to see you, Lape. So Pavel Durov has been placed under formal investigation, accused of failing to curb illegal content. Tell us more.
Well, yes, certainly. I mean, it's a shocking result for him. This is the first time that we've seen any social media owner or CEO be treated in this way. He was allegedly accosted at the airport by security officials in France, where he remains there. He's been told that although he's not currently in custody, he's been told to not leave the country and to also sign in once a day to the where security officials currently are. So far, as you rightly pointed out in your intro there, he is facing a number of charges, of those including, of course, the fact that on his application, allegedly, people are spreading information regarding terrorism, as well as child sexual content. And the third is that he's been accused of not complying with authorities. So those are the three major things he's facing so far. The French president, Emmanuel Macron, has also chimed in, saying that this is not political at all, but there's a lot of uproar in the way in which he was arrested, the charges that he's facing, as well as the fact that Telegram is used by over 200 or millions of people rather, but 200,000 people can be in one group chat, if you like, at the same time. So it's a very popular social media application, mainly used in countries in Eastern Europe, Russia, former Soviet Unions, as well as Iran as well. So it's been heavily criticized by that part of the world as a form of censorship.
And I mean, just to follow up with the point you were making there, Lape, I mean, a lot of people really quite concerned that he's being directly implicated in alleged crimes committed on the Telegram app.
That's correct. A lot of this is not anything directly related to him. A lot of the charges are related to what happens on an app. And we know that other CEOs like the Facebook app, as well as TikTok, have also been brought in front of government officials, have been questioned, have been interrogated about the way in which the applications have been used. But none of those CEOs have actually been arrested about what goes on their application, which is why there's a lot of uproar. There's a lot of questions being asked about whether or not this is being politically motivated because of his background being from Russia, and the fact that a lot of the times on Telegram, the kind of conversations that happen there, a lot of things that are organized on Telegram happen to be quite insightful. Just to point to one of those examples, the riots that were faced in the UK, the far right riots, that is, in the last couple of weeks, were said to have been coordinated and organized on applications like Telegram. So for that reason, there is a tinge of scapegoating that Mr. Durov is currently facing. He's been brought to question to answer all of those allegations about what happens on his app. But actually, the real question is, why is he being arrested on charges of things that happen on his app, as opposed to being investigated? Although it's worth noting here, Charles, that the president of France, Mr. Macron, has said that this is not an arrest or any kind of official charge. It's an investigation and it's ongoing, which is why he's not currently in custody. But actually, if you look at the way he's been treated, the way in which it's been publicized, it is really looking like Mr. Durov is being criminalized a little bit.
Absolutely, and as you said there, it's unprecedented to arrest a top executive of a tech company of that size and sort of global standing. But Mr. Durov is, of course, often described as the Mark Zuckerberg of Russia. Just tell us a little bit more about this Russian-born billionaire.
Well, yes, of course, he's very much a tech champion in Russia. He has created two landmark social media sites. One, of course, is namely Telegram. Another is also very popularly used in Russia. So far, Telegram has been a big platform for communication, especially since the war in Ukraine broke out. Many reporters, many members of the military, and so on and so forth, have used telegrams as a mean of communications. If we look back to when the Wagner mutiny broke out, we saw that it was Telegram that was used to almost coordinate that as well. And so for that reason, it's very popularly used in Russia. And of course, neighboring countries, former Soviet Union countries as well, in countries that may not necessarily be able to penetrate into more mainstream social media sites. So he has been a pioneer in that sense in allowing that. But also, Charles, it's worth adding here that it hasn't been all rosy for him. When he did create this application, he came under mounting pressure from the Russian government to effectively curb the spread of certain types of communist voices, to which he fled the country, and today, of course, holds French citizenship, and also St. Kitts and Nevis, a part of the Caribbean. He holds citizenship from there as well as the UAE. So he fled Russia as a result of not wanting to censor voices, which is what Telegram and other applications that he's created has become known for, allowing people to voice their opinions, to share content that some may deem controversial. And so for that reason, he has become a face for that and a voice for almost people that don't really get a voice elsewhere. He's been also supported by Elon Musk since he got arrested. He describes this as censorship and it's propaganda, and has called for him to have his charges dropped.
Lape, thanks very much indeed. Lape Olarinoye is a RISE correspondent. She was talking to me on the line from London.